Hello and welcome to the No Balls Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick McDonald, with me co-host Sheldon Kaufman. Today, we're talking about March Madness. We're doing some Immaculate Grid. We're talking about early playoff takes that we're still forming. We're not totally sure about it just yet, but we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I think after the Immaculate Grid, we'll start with the March Madness takeaways because that's been the big sports events recently. But we're gonna go ahead and start the Immaculate Grid. Sheldon, go ahead and give us the screen share, and we'll try to do it collectively this time because we've been a little slower than we would like to pace doing it individually. So uh,
Here we go. Here we go. See the screen, Pat?
it is there. Yes.
Here we
Okay.
go. All right.
Right
So,
away.
right off the bat, what are you thinking?
So I
I'm looking at
see
this right.
Lakers Hawks. Oh
Go
yes,
ahead.
there's
Go
been a
ahead.
lot of Lakers Hawks. I was going to go originally I saw 76ers Pacers and I thought Buddy Hield, but it is
Ooh, I do like
I
that.
I recently also learned that Buddy Hield is on the Hawks currently.
Has he played?
I don't know. And like he didn't play the other day against the Knicks on live TV, but it is a live TV game, and I would assume at some point Buddy Hield would have checked in. It's just like I don't know if Buddy Hield like it would have been like he's ruled out for the season type of thing for him to be out.
I
I
say
would
we
assume he
leave
would have
that
played
for
at
our
some
last
point.
guess. Let's not. Let's not
Okay,
have that be the first one. Let's have it be a teaser there.
it instantly get cooked on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw out for the Lakers and Hawks, Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, I think that's a good one
What do
because
you
like
feel about that?
Dwight Howard will probably be the most popular answer, I would think, or like
Yeah.
Luke Kennard is currently the Lakers, so like he would probably be. Yeah, I like Gabe Vincent. I would assume this is a 4%.
Nice, 3%. All right. Hawks 5 assists per game. Bob McAdoo, or is that two? What do you think about Bob McAdoo?
I mean, he was a center though, right?
Are you? He was?
Yeah, he's a center.
I thought he was a
Yeah,
guard. I could have swore he was.
I think you're thinking of Bob Cousy.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Bob McAdoo. But, I was trying to think of old guards for them. I mean, was Teague? I feel like Teague's gonna be a popular pick if he did it.
Yeah, my brain went to like Teague and Schroeder.
Schroeder would probably be pretty good. I feel like people would forget about Schroeder.
Yeah, I like
Do we think he
Schroeder.
averaged 5?
Oh, Schroeder could be a 76ers Hawks answer too.
Ooh,
He was a 76er, I think.
we could do
Wait,
that and then get
actually, I don't think he
Buddy
was. I
Hield.
made that up.
I don't know. Well, let's just go Schroeder for
Yeah,
this one.
yeah. Let's take the layup. Take the layup.
Oh, less than Gabe.
Hey.
All right.
Okay.
Lakers Magic. Gogo Patatse. Did he play for the Lakers?
He was a
Pacers.
pacer.
Yeah. Oh, Dwight Howard.
No, he wasn't a pacer. He was a Magic. Oh,
No,
that's
I
what
was
you
saying
meant.
Magic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the layup in our face. Do we take it?
I'm just
That's the
throwing
real question.
just in case if we can't think of one, I was just throwing that up.
Yeah, that's like honestly not bad. I would hope
Maybe
Like
there's some
Trevor
guard.
Ariza.
Ooh,
Do you remember Trevor Ariza ever being like a Magic or a Pacer?
I don't think so. I really feel like that's like the one team he didn't play for. He was drafted by the Knicks.
He
So,
was. He's a late second rounder, I think.
um,
Yeah, well, I think we just take Dwight Howard. We can take like a 30%er here since we got the two easy ones out the way.
oh no, my
Oh no.
screen. Why?
Have
Okay.
we
Just pretend we got Dwight Howard there. We can like pivot for Magic. This might be too much of like a big name, but like Scott Skiles.
you you know what?
Am I
Perfect.
am I saying that right?
Yeah, that is right.
People know about it. I feel like that's a good one.
That's a great one, honestly. I would put that.
Okay, so we got Scott. Unless did Markel Fultz ever do it?
Ooh.
No way.
I feel like he
No, because that
did.
was Markel Fultz for Magic 76ers.
Oh, that's good. Or we could
That's
do the guy he was traded for in Jonathan Simmons.
okay. Well, that'd be better. Did he play?
I would assume so. Or like JJ Redick even.
Mm, I did not know. Yeah, I didn't know JJ Redick played. Well, these are all great ideas in theory, Pat. Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Here we go. Just,
Oh,
whoa, did you hear? Whoa, did you hear this?
are we good? What? Hear what?
Oh, dude. My computer just went on like read aloud mode and just started reading like all my tabs. It was so weird.
Yo, right now you're typing in Scott Skiles
I know.
on my screen. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was behind. I thought I was behind.
Hey, dude, this picture is fire. They fucking took an in-game pic.
They cooked him, bro. Yeah, I realized while Dwight Howard was
Jonathan
empty that
Simmons,
he
this
also
one?
fit
Yeah.
Magic 76ers, but ooh,
2%.
okay. Pacer
Okay,
Laker.
Pacers 5 assists per
Um,
game. A Pacer Laker. Oh, Goga. Oh wait, no, I'm
for like
tweaking. Never
I
mind.
know
I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, let's think. Oh, this is not.
dang, we could have done Cam Reddish.
Oh yeah.
Laker Pacers, like why we could go run our test.
Oh, that's a good one. There we go. Will it be Ron Artest or Meta World Peace?
I'm not sure. I guess meta.
I think it's Meta World. Yeah. You know what? Whatever. We'll take
Cool.
that. Okay.
We'll take it.
So let's do Buddy Healed for this right here. Right.
High upside. And we can get TJ
70.
McConnell for the one under it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that for this, and then let's get a pacer that averaged 5 assists per game before we get.
I mean Halliburton's right there, but that's super easy. Like
Yeah, that
Teague.
one's like a. Was Teague dishing the rock?
I mean he's a starting point guard. So like
Yeah.
I would assume he got
Um.
5 assists.
You want to go Teague?
Teague is probably a good answer.
What about Talon Porter?
Taylor Horton talk.
Nice, 2% too. All right, here's the drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. Bang! Immaculate.
Bang.
Wow.
What was our rarity?
These are some of the more famous ones. Rarity was 85. Buddy Hield was 1%.
Let's go.
That's a nice little group. I wonder what
Yeah.
some of like the I wonder what the niche Meta World Peace ones were, or the Pacers Lakers were. All right, can you see the basketball reference page?
Not yet. No,
E.
I can't actually.
Augustine,
It's gonna pull it up. Just
Thomas
read them off to
Bryant,
me, I guess.
and not know Thomas Bryant played on the Pacers. Oh, I guess I did. Damn, we should have done Thomas Bryant.
Oh, there we go.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah. Wizards legend,
Jay Huff.
Thomas Bryant. Wow, I didn't know J. Huff was a
All right.
Laker.
Yeah. Neither. All right, Pat. There we go.
All right.
Immaculate,
Strong showing,
fellas.
honestly. And now we can talk about
Little
future
brain
Lakers.
power together.
Yeah. We're here. We're now set to talk about March Madness. Sheldon, you came in second, right, in our bracket place?
Pretty sure I would have to go back and look, but I think me and you were competing for first and second. Yeah.
So we're doing as we should, seeing as we have a basketball podcast. I would hope we finish first and second. The key difference between us is I picked Michigan to win. I bet on the best player in the country, Ade Mara. And they have a pretty good player in Yaxel Lindenberg too. But yeah, Michigan I thought was always like the best team, and that's why I ended up being right. Arizona was really good too. They're gonna have 3 guys probably go in the first round this season, like 2 stacked rosters. What did you make of that national championship game though against UConn?
It was a lot closer than I expected. UConn came out running a lot of really good sets, and I think that just shows how great of a coach Dan Hurley is. Because Mullins was getting a shit ton of wide open looks, right, Pat? And it was off of like off ball movement, but kind of strictly, and that's kind of the reason. It wasn't just looks for Mullins, but also solo ball, and we saw solo ball hitting a lot of shots. Which sometimes usually doesn't happen. So all the things were going right for UConn. I thought that Terrence Reed, is that his name, the center,
Harris.
he was doing a really good job against Mara, because Mara's a huge presence defensively down low, and I felt like he was still able to get hook shots off of him in the first half, especially where he was very dominant, and he did a good job defensively against Mara too. If Michigan, I mean, when they get in transition, they're kind of impossible to stop. I feel like whether that's if they're going to just shoot a wide open three or throw alley oop from the 3-point line to Mara, where he'll just if he's close to the rim, he can grab it and put it in. I think Ronnie Gill Jr. played really good basketball, hustling defensively and shooting. Yaxel Lindenberg, who was kind of quiet in the first half, came out, playing
Better.
he got a little bit of an injury, so that's kind of the main reason. But it kind of shows how great this Michigan team is when you have a national contender, like a national player, a player that's contending for National Player of the Year, go out and you're still able to just be dominant against UConn. Like, it was always a close game throughout, but Michigan did kind of have a lead throughout most of the second half. But I mean, my biggest takeaways from that game was, Yaxel and Mara are legit. I thought Cadeau played a lot better than I thought he could. So, my bad on that, Cadeau. I think Dan Hurley is an amazing coach, and UConn will always be a powerhouse with him at the helm. And I thought that, UConn played really well. Solo Ball had a great game. I thought Mullins played pretty well. He kind of struggled when he's not just open for threes. When he has to drive into the rim, he does struggle there. We were kind of talking about that before the podcast, but yeah, I think Terrence Reed's a dog too. What about you,
Yeah,
Pat? Was there anything that you were able to take away?
really wasn't sure about Terrace Reed until like the last couple games of the tournament. Like I think he is probably a guy who gets drafted this season now. Just like he's really strong, and I, I I'm not sure that he'll be like a great NBA player, but yeah, like he's tall and strong, so he'll probably be in he'll get drafted this year, I would assume. They'll have him, they'll have Mullins and Alex Caravan, who are all definitely going to get drafted this season. Um, other were there any like who was the player who you think had their stock rise the most during March? It doesn't even have to be from any of these teams that we talked about.
Um, Probably Acuff, to be honest. Maybe Darius Acuff. I think he played like really good. I think he may have jumped like a Wagler or Fleming's potentially. Um, like throughout his play, I think he showed elite getting to the rim ability, footwork, speed, shooting, passing as well. Kind of like all of that into one. I think Bennett Sturts also is a guy that really raised his stock. Everyone knew about Sturts with Drake last year, and then coming in on a running point at a great Iowa team, and his ability to play make is really really good. So if you're a team that needs like a pass first guard, potentially Atlanta, because we kind of know they don't have a true point guard right now. Bennett Sturts could be a great option if you're depends on where you're picking, because he does still have the ability to shoot the three, and I think he showed that throughout the tournament. Um, yeah, I mean that's kind of what I can think of. That's kind of the two guys that come to mind. Uh, maybe let me uh, Caravan.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I was gonna
Caravan
say I have
probably went
one
up
more.
too. Yeah, you want to give the Caravan spiel?
Caravan, I think we talked about it pre-episode where I really wasn't sure on him because like he's been in like draft conversations for a couple years now. I think like 2 years ago in like the terrible draft class, people were like he could be a late first rounder this year, but it's really rare for guys to be like as tall as him who shoot super well that like are just like completely terrible. Like it can happen, but like he's probably going to be a guy who plays in the league for a little bit, and I think he solidified himself by like just being able to hold up defensively during March Madness. And then I think the other guy for me is Braden Burries because I think he was kind of in like a similar mold to like Mullins, who we talked about. Like I could see Mullins falling out of the first round still. I'm not so totally sold that he'll like even declare. I think there's almost no way that Burries falls out of the lottery at this point. I really like what Burries did. Like he shot poorly in one of the last couple games, but I think he averaged like 16 in the.
I think that Michigan game they just did a really good job of containing him and Bradley because it just felt like the guards couldn't get anything going really against that really good Michigan team. I thought Koa Pete in that game, if we're just talking about the Arizona Michigan game, like really stepped up, showed ability to knock down like mid range shots, tough mid range shots. A lot of the stuff we see in the NBA with the turnaround fades, he was able to hit. So sorry to kind of jump in here, Pat, but I would say Koa Pete honestly showed that he's going to be a really good like mid to late first round talent too.
Yeah,
But
I
I
agree.
agree with you 100%.
I was a Pete skeptic. I still am a little bit, but like I don't think he like goes back to college now. I think that was a possibility if he had like a poor tournament. But yeah, he definitely declares. And I think a similar story for Nate Ament. Like he held up in the tournament. So I did he was somebody who was getting lottery projections anyway, but like I think it's pretty certain now that he will go in the early part of the first round. Nate Ahmed. Um, yeah. Do you have any other like college, even like a little bit of prospect takes that you're starting to formulate that you kind of want to get out there?
I'll say a name that people should be looking at, kind of an under the radar name possibly, because he plays for my USF Bulls. Isaiah Nelson. He's a center. I don't have the measurements on him, but he was the AAC Player of the Year, Newcomer of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year. Dude gets boards, really great defensively. Not only help defense, but on the ball. Really great rim runner and can get to the bucket. Like as a big man, he has really good post moves and just kind of like driving downhill moves. Shot's not really there, but I think he's shown some ability to knock it down and shot some threes in college. So, I have to shout out USF. I would say Isaiah Nelson's a calm second round, maybe potentially late first round guy to look at. But I think it's just really going to be interesting how the top 10 fills out, Pat. I don't know what your takes are on this, because we kind of know, like, with I feel like in a sense, you can back me up here. Let me know if I'm saying anything a little crazy. But is this kind of like a 2003 type draft where we kind of know who the first 4 to 5 picks are, and the draft really starts at pick 5? Where in 2003 you had Darko, LeBron, D Wade, Darko, Melo, Josh, and LeBron. Those 4 were going to get picked first, and that's kind of how I feel. We know Wilson, Boozer, Peterson, and DeBonsta are probably going to be top 4. What do you think about that take there?
Yeah, at first I was thinking you were alluding to like the quality. I don't think it quite has the O3 quality, but I think the idea of thinking that these are the clear top 4 guys, I think is pretty
Like
true.
the draft starts at 5 in a sense.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Um, there could be a ton of I don't I haven't completely finished the scouting on not Peterson, Caleb Wilson yet, but I think you could have any of those top 4 potentially in any order, honestly. I think it is a really strong. But like I think with this draft, it's like nobody is like a clear like Cooper
Number
Flag
one
level
option.
prospect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of like if they hit their ceiling, then this is the possibilities.
Yeah, and like all of them do have like fringe all-star, like you hit like the Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram range where it's like this guy's really good, but like would we rather not just have Derek White? That's kind of
So
my scale for everybody. It's
like
like
when you say that, Pat, are you saying like that's them at their like best, or are you saying like kind of if you throw them in right now, this is like the type of player they are? Is that kind of what you're saying? Like,
no, if things like end up like a medium outcome, right?
okay,
Like obviously if they hit their ceiling, you'd rather have all of them over Derek White. But like
okay,
if
okay.
if like things end up like in a mediocre outcome, it's like they're kind of in that like fringe all-star range where like you kind of like they're not your number one guy, so you might as well want to have a more complimentary guy. Obviously, I think the more likely outcome for a lot of guys is being like legit all-stars, more likely
Okay, I
than
see
like
what.
all 4 of them, honestly.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, these guys are very talented. They're gonna put in work.
who do you think has the highest ceiling among all of them? And I think this has become an interesting debate.
I feel like I guess like the way the NBA is, it kind of makes me lean towards Caleb Wilson and DeBansta, but they're both so athletic. I feel like DeBansta right now is probably a better shooter. I would say DeBansta. I would say DeBansta. I think like his like length and his defense, his athleticism, his ability to already shoot and finish at the rim. Um, like the fact that he's scoring like Kevin Durant was in college nowadays with really great defenses. Probably Debansa. I would, because I mean Darren Peterson can do a lot if he's like at his full, but I feel like Debansa can just do so much more potential wise on the defensive side.
I'll say my Debanza take is that I do think he has the highest ceiling in the draft, but I think he has to go to a bad team to unlock his like highest
Well,
possible ceiling.
thank God he's a top 4 pick in this draft because he's going to a really shitty one. I'm sure.
Uh, he might go to Indiana though, is the real possibility.
Would that be bad for him to learn behind Spicy P though?
True.
Maybe,
I feel like they would
maybe.
thrust him right into the starting lineup though. And it's like
Yeah,
now you have to fit in next to Halliburton being like your best player.
instead of you being able to just like figure out the NBA
The
as
dream for Debanza is going to Brooklyn, I think.
yeah,
Like they'll figure it out, I hope. Like Jordy
yeah.
too as a good coach, like that's the dream for Debanza.
Jordy is so
Um
underrated.
free Jordy and I guess not free anymore, but Will Hardy too. Like those two guys have been through absolute hell. Um but yeah, that there's that. Any other takes on this draft before we talk about the playoffs, how we're thinking about them early on?
Um, I don't know. I feel like we've talked a lot about it. Um,
Who's the best
I
center in this
definitely,
class?
huh?
Who's the best center in this class?
Who's the
Because
best
that's a
center in
real
this
debate
class? I
point.
mean, if like is Mara not? Is he going? Is he declaring?
I would think so.
Because I feel like honestly, he'd probably be the best center in the class. I mean, Heinz Steinbeck is really good. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
I've watched some Heinz Steinbeck games this year. He gets his hands are like freaking magnets. He gets so many rebounds, and he's really nice drawing fouls, which is huge in the NBA. And he can shoot free throws. He can kind of shoot the three. He is undersized though. Let me get this right because I want to say he's 6'9", but he might be 6'11".
I think 6'9" sounds right. Like 6'9",
Yeah.
6'10".
So then, yeah. So like in that case, like, are you an NBA center? Probably not. So I don't really know how he like. Oh, he's 6'11". Okay. So he can maybe play some small ball center. But I think he is really good. Um, but I mean, my pick would be Mara. Mara's like he's offensively gifted, like or not gifted, but he knows how to score. He's not like a Rudy Gobert type where you kind of really need to lean on other people for scoring. His defense is really good. He's super tall, like and you can just tell out there. But he's not really skinny. It's hard to like he can stand his like he can stay on the block if the bodies are banging. Um, so I would kind of think Mara because the center draft it's very weak. Like I feel like a lot of the bigs that are being talked about are more like wings or fours, not true five. I feel like there's not a lot of those. What do you think?
Yeah, like Boozer's definitely a 4, and he's the best big in the draft. But like
Yeah,
your best centers are like Mara or Gongba or Mo Krivas, and it's like I think Mara is the best. Like I've kind of thought Mara
yeah.
is the best for a
I
while
think
now.
yeah,
But Steinbeck could be interesting. He kind of feels like a little bit of a microcosm of the Boozer thing, where it's like he probably isn't a 5, but like he could play the 5, and like is super skilled. So like it could be a debate between Mara and Steinbeck, I think. But I think just the fact that they like each are like the two top bigs in this draft, like they could go in the lottery just because of that. Um,
I think I think Mara is gonna be the best. And I'll throw this out here. I think Flory Badunga,
Badunga, I saw he might
Will be
stay though.
he will be the second best. If he declares, I think that he would end up being the second best center to come out of this
How tall do you think Flory is? Because I'm like concerned that he's like 6'8".
draft.
Like
That could
Bryson Tiller looks a lot taller than him. Yeah, that's what they like. That's what they say.
Damn.
I'm
Yeah,
concerned that
I don't
he's like
know, but I
6'8".
feel like he's physical enough to play. Like
Yeah.
he's super physical.
If I had like good height and wingspan measurements on Flory, like I could take him in the first round. Like if he was like 6'8.5" with like a 7'4" wingspan, like whatever, he's Rob Williams. Like that's great.
Yeah.
But I'm scared that he's like Amari Spellman, like 2.0. But like
The name you don't know.
he's obviously like a really good moving athlete. And like if he measures well, I think he could go in the first round. I like Flory. Yeah, I guess that was enough draft talk. We usually and like we have decided that we're gonna do boards this year, so um, we'll it'll be a fun draft season. I'd say that we might do multiple mock drafts rather than last year where we did one.
Yeah.
We got the playoffs heating up. Some great national TV matchups have been going down lately. We had Celtics Hornets last night. We had Knicks Hawks the other day. Um, the Rockets are always on national television. It feels like, and they're always doing something crazy on national television. Should we talk about the most unfortunate news that we've gotten recently, which is Luka and Reeves?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let's talk about it because this was one of the hottest teams in the NBA with the Lakers, and Luka was playing his best basketball. Um, I think we talked about it, and I was like, "Yo, Pat, they low-key might be contenders now." I'm not gonna lie. Now that they have Reeves back, and then we get a great prime video matchup: Thunder, Lakers, the two MVP candidates going at it prime time, and then oh, tell the people what happened, Pat. Tell the people what happened.
Luka, like, I wouldn't call it a dirty play. Like, a lot of people have called it a dirty play, but like, his feet get tangled with Dort, kind of. Um, and he pulls the hammy. He stays in the game for a little bit and then hurts it again, I believe. And then he's out. And like he's not crying, but you could tell he's on the verge of tears, like going back. He's pissed. He hadn't scored yet in the game, or he hadn't had a field goal at least in the game yet. And yeah, it was a rough. Like Lakers fans definitely tough. Like he's probably gonna miss the first half of the first round at least. Like missing the end of the season. He's now not award eligible, I believe, as well. Like nightmare.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't think he was gonna be award eligible because of a. I think he got suspended for the Wizards game because of like too many texts. And I think he's at 64 games played right now. And so if he wasn't suspended for that game, he would have been at 65. I don't know how accurate my information, my source is on that, but I believe that is what I saw.
Yeah, if he hadn't have gotten suspended, he would have been award eligible, I guess, because he
Yeah.
would have played it. Damn, crazy how that works.
Yeah, it really is.
Maybe we're gonna go a little bit off track here, but we're gonna transition to the MVP talk because it was looking like kind of a really stacked 4-horse race, and now Luka's out of it. It's a 3-horse race. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, between Jokic, Wemby, and Shea.
Yeah, and Nemeas Keita. Where are we leaning on this one?
I mean, if Luka's out, I feel like it has to be Shea. Um, because I really don't know who else would threaten him. I think Wemby might be missing time now because he got injured 2 nights ago. or something. I saw. I don't know. I don't even know who's like. I really don't even know who's eligible anymore, Pat. But I think Shea kind of has it locked up. I think Luka did really make a strong case at the end, where I was like, Luka Loki could take this. But now I think it's out of the question. I think Shea's gonna win his second. Is this second in a row? Third in a row? Second in a row? Second in a row. Yeah, I think he's gonna win his second in a row.
Luka was probably playing the best basketball he's ever played.
Yeah.
He was playing that well.
It sucks, man.
Up until he got hurt, I was actually I was feeling Wemby for the MVP.
Really?
And it's kind of because I think the Spurs rewarding cast is a little overrated. Like, it's not bad necessarily, but I'm not super convinced that it's like perfect. And like when Wemby's on the floor, they like absolutely kick people's ass, and then they're just okay when Wemby's not on the floor. And like I think he might, and this is transition to like a greater conversation. He might be the best defender ever. Like, I don't know if we've seen.
Did you see? I want to get your thoughts on this as the guy the X's and O's guys on the podcast. LeBron, there was like a LeBron and Steve Nash podcast, and LeBron was saying that the Spurs could change the game by putting Wemby at the top of a 1-1, a 3-2 or a 2-2-1, putting him at the top of the key during one of those zones, either a 2-3 or a 2-2-1, and then have Fox in the corner. What do you think about that?
I think he's just more valuable at the rim.
Yeah.
Like, the Spurs like continually, like, it's not like Wemby can't switch, but they don't do it because Wemby is like such a good rim protector that like you're better just having him on the low as the help defender on the weak side. But some of what you're saying, I kind of see, like the Duke, when Duke would have their like struggles throughout the tournament, they would go to like a full court press into a zone,
Yeah.
and like Dame Sarr's length like
Mm-hmm.
kind of saved them in the I can't remember the first round matchup that they almost lost.
Sienna.
So yeah, the Siena game, and then even in the second round, they like struggled in the second round, and Dame Sarr's length at the top of their 3-2 matchup zone was like killer for them.
Mm-hmm.
And like Wemby would be like a steroided out version of that,
Yeah.
like literally like
That'd be
insane.
like that'd be like Captain America before the serum, and then after the serum.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have like big wings behind Wemby to do that. Like if you have like
Carter
an
Bryant.
like an older Carter Bryant, like he's not good enough
Yeah.
to do it now, is the issue. But like
LeBron. The podcast was so funny. He was like, "Might not. I don't really want to say it because it might come back to hurt us." And then Steve Nash goes, "Wemby," and then LeBron goes, "Too smart for your own good." I was like, "What?" I'll have to send you the clip, bro. It was so fun. But I thought it was an interesting take, though. I did think it was an interesting take, but I feel like that's something that they maybe like mess around with, like you said, when they have the older Carter Bryant, and it's like a regular season matchup on a random Tuesday night or Monday night against the Jazz or something.
I feel like anything would work against like some of the bad teams though. Like anything involving
Yeah.
Wemby is just gonna work against like the tanking Indiana Pacers. Like any
Yeah.
of it's gonna work. But like I could see it. I think it would be a little bit more effective with like uh trying to think of like a player example. Like honestly, like it would be more effective with like if you had two Shea Gilgeous-Alexanders out there and you're just saying like, okay, go be like a ball hawk and like do stuff like that. And the Thunder do those type of things too. So I don't know. There's not nothing to what LeBron's saying, but like you need a secondary rim protector behind them. Otherwise, you're just moving Wemby out the paint just to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So we could go one of two ways. We could talk about more of the playoffs, or we could talk about which current players we think could end up being the GOAT. So
Huh. That is, let's save that for another day. Let's
a
save that one.
postseason podcast. That's a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
postseason
yeah.
podcast.
That's like one for the summer. Go ahead.
Yeah,
When we're doing
that'll
our
save the
regional.
summer.
So I
Playoff
guess Pat,
matchups.
let's should we just start with the play-in, even though it's the least glamorous thing. It's happening in 11 days coming up.
I think even sooner.
I saw the play-in was the 19th or something.
14th.
Oh wow.
I think the first round's the 19th.
But yeah.
Yeah. So who do we think the best playing team is in both
Okay.
conferences?
Let me take a look. Oh, looky. Alright. So the play-in is the 7 seed through 10 seed.
Yeah, in the East you can extend it to the 5 and 6 seed though, because those teams still could be in the play-in.
Probably the Hornets, no? Maybe low key
That
the
was my
Hornets.
answer. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
answer.
Um, I think the Suns make a really strong case because they are just like honestly the Suns, they like hustle so much. They have so many guys that can like hit threes and they're really scrappy on defense. They're not a fun team to and I think they'll probably come out of the play-in tournament for sure, especially with Devin Booker and like when Dylan Brooks like randomly hits when he's randomly hitting his bullshit shots, um, they're a really good team. And like Colin Gillespie, Royce O'Neal, all these guys are really good shooters. Rasheer Fleming, he drafted this year, right, Pat?
31st overall.
Yeah, Loki making a pretty good impact. Really great defensively. He can shoot it really good and drive. Like he's been impressive. I don't know how much run time he'll get in the play-in, but yeah, I'll go Hornets. Like they really gave the Celtics a run for their money in that game. Looked like they were leading for most of the third quarter and first and second. Um, LaMelo Ball was playing really great. They have Kobe White coming off the bench, which people maybe will forget about sometimes, but Kobe White is really good for their team. Diabate is a really good center for them. They have Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges. Yeah, Miles Bridges as those wing shooters that can also drive, and it's really effective for them. And they have Continental, so they're such a great team. Um, they just had a late start to the season. Otherwise, this would probably be a 5 seed. Like honestly,
It could even still be the 5 seed, and I think they're like way better than all of the play-in teams. Even like
yeah,
the Hawks and the Raptors. I think they're way better than the Hawks and the Raptors. This like if this is somehow an 8 seed, which honestly, like the most likely outcome for them is to face the Pistons in the first round, I believe. Um,
yeah,
yeah, the Pistons are like literally facing like this is like a weak conference finals like run team that like makes a run out of the 4 seed randomly. Like that's the quality team that I think we're dealing with here. I have to think of like an example. Like I wouldn't say that, but like
What about were the Bucks a 1 seed when they won it all?
I mean, yeah, like this team is like better than like the 2017 Raptors, I would say, right? Like is that crazy?
2017 Raptors. Oh yeah, that's not that crazy.
That was like one of the DeMar DeRozan
Yeah,
years. And those teams made conference finals, so like
all the
I don't know.
time.
I don't know. I feel like that's like the type of quality of team that you're dealing with here. Like I'm trying to think of a last year example or like
Like
a
the
more
Pistons
recent. Yeah,
last year.
I think they're even a little bit better than the Pistons were last year. Which I don't know. Maybe the Pistons just were like this good last season. As soon as they lost Jaden Ivey, who we haven't had a chance to speak about,
God. Yeah. Whatever the fuck happened there. We were talking about Jaden Ivey as like Creepod as the guy who's gonna. I think I called him the best acquisition for the Pistons.
for the Bulls.
Is gonna be Jaden Ivey. No, before the season started,
Oh,
like because they was coming back from injury.
oh yeah. Like he's technically an acquisition. Yeah. Damn.
Boy,
Um.
was I wrong.
So we have now learned that it wasn't coincidence that the Pistons went on a run as soon as Jaden Ivey got hurt. Um. Those things may have been a little related.
Was he a number one pick?
He was
He was
he was
definitely
in
first round.
he was in the 2022 class, which I think is the best comp draft class wise for the one we're about to deal with, because it
Mm.
was like four clear top picks in that class, and there was like Chet, Jabari Smith, Paolo, and Ivy, but Ivy fell because the Kings wanted Keegan Murray,
Uh,
so he fell to fifth.
oh, he thought a fifth. Okay, that's
Yeah,
so crazy, bro.
and like
Get off the Jaden Ivey.
I always thought he was a little overrated as a prospect because it was like during Ja Morant's prime, and like Jaden Ivey like kind of looked like Ja Morant, and like Purdue, their jerseys kind of looked like Murray State, so it was easy for people to like think that Jaden Ivey was better than he was, but like I thought he was a good prospect. I didn't think he was like clearly better than Keegan Murray, but that's like how like people viewed it. Um,
Hey, Keegan Murray worked out for them.
Keegan Murray was the right pick. Yeah, he was the righteous pick. Um, he set the rookie record in threes, which has since been broken by Con
Shout out,
Knipple.
shout out. Does Con? Okay, this is very off. Just quick answer. Does Con have a chance at Rookie of the Year?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
I thought he did until Coop dropped 51 and then 45 and back to back nights, and now I think it's kind of over.
I thought Con was like kind of the favorite until that happened. I think it's pretty like I would lean Cooper flag right now, but I thought Con was gonna run away with it. But uh, he's like been record breaking efficiency wise as a rookie.
Yeah.
Most rookies are like sneaky bad if they average 15 plus points, and Konkanippo's average 19 on like Jokic level efficiency. Like it's kind of insane. Um,
Probably way less usage than Flag.
yeah, I I would lean Cooper Flag, but I wouldn't be surprised. Somebody said just let them both be co-rookie of the years, and like I would be okay with it. I think that's fine, honestly. Um, so I guess like the answer for which play-in team we think is going to make a run is like the Hornets. Like they can
Yeah.
do it.
I would say the Hornets probably like okay, so let's go off based off matchups right now. Who wins 76ers Hornets?
Those are
Who
like
would
the
you pick?
two. Those are the two best play-in teams, I think. I would pick the Hornets though.
Okay, so then who wins against the Magic and the Heat? I probably lean Heat. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I guess.
Then you got what would it be? It would be Heat 76ers.
Yeah, I would give it to Philly, assuming Philly's healthy. And like they
Yeah.
have Paul George back, who's like weirdly important for them.
Yeah, and if Embiid's playing, they're like really good team. So yeah, so that would leave us with the Hornets at 7, playing the
I'll say
Celtics
this though,
and the go
Basketball
ahead.
Reference has the Hornets as the 9th seed.
What does?
Yeah.
Wait, updated through April 7th games. Oh,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Because they
would
lost
say
to
Hornets,
Boston
and
right now.
then like, do the Warriors have a chance to make the playoffs? Do you think now that Curry's back?
I think Portland's just probably a little better.
Yeah,
Like
Suns, Clippers.
Yeah,
Suns Clippers
regardless
is
of
going to be a good ass game.
yeah, and like regardless of who they face between Suns and Clippers, like I feel like they're gonna face two teams that are just better than them.
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
really long shot.
yeah. I think the Suns Clippers is going to be like a sneaky low key. Because wait, Pat, isn't it 7 and 8 play each other and then 9 and 10 play each other? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's like sneaky. That's a sneaky good like game to start off the playoffs. You got Kawhi, who you know who's gonna come out fucking banging shots, playing good defense. The Clippers have a fun team with Benedict Mathurin, and Garland, and some of the other guys that they have. So that I feel like that's gonna be a low key good matchup. I don't know.
I was gonna say, is it a hot take to say that I think the Clippers are just the better team between them and the Suns? Like I do like the Suns, but like
I like you think that, and then like when you go on the court, the Suns like just bullshit, and then they're up 10 points. Like
yeah.
it's that the Sun with the Suns, their ability to catch fire from three is scary because there's no hesitation for them. They will shoot early in the shot clock often, and if they're hitting it, they have, like I said, they have the guys that can hit shots all around the court. Everyone can shoot except when Mark Williams is out there at center. Then he's the only one. But then you're surrounded with four guys that can hit threes. So like yeah, I think it's going to be a good game, but yeah, the Clippers are probably better just because they might be a little deeper. I don't know, but like in the playoffs, you don't really go too deep in rotation. Um, Kawhi and Garland out there is probably better than Brooks and Booker.
Yeah, they're like oh, that's 2 point attempt rate. Yeah, they're a little Celtics like, honestly, where
Yeah,
like and like the Celtics have other options, but the Suns are like, yeah, we don't really have that many options, so we're just gonna shoot early clock threes. Like that's probably our best bet. Is like, oh yeah, we'll make 34% of them, and that'll be better than like an average half court possession. Um, and like,
Gillespie and Allen.
and it's just like it works, and it'll win regular season games. I don't know, they'll win a playoff game probably if they when they eventually like play as the 8th seed or the 7th seed. I would think they win a playoff game, but uh, maybe not. If they face Wemby, I don't know. Is Mark Williams and Oso are they gonna handle Wemby? Like
Yo, shout out Oso though. If
Oso's great.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, we talked about him a little bit in that draft class. Like we gave some good reviews, but I don't think we thought that he was going to be this impactful, especially this early.
I think we had like 5 minutes earlier this year where we just straight talked about Oso. Like we didn't say a word on Devin Booker. We just talked about Oso.
Everyone knows Devin Booker. Come on.
Yeah, everybody knows Devin Booker. Nobody knows the backup center on the Phoenix Suns, who's
If
actually
you're watching this,
their
if
best
you're
center.
watching this podcast, you come to hear about the random role players and Wizards players that are popping off this year.
Yeah, like um Sharif Cooper,
Yeah, dude.
Juju Reese.
He's been balling, bro. It's so Juju Reese, dude. I swear, look at it. Every time he's played, he's had a double double with like good points and rebounds, like high, like over 15 boards. It's crazy. He just had one the other night.
Yeah, insane. We've had a bunch of like crazy like players that just suddenly play 48 minutes a game.
Yeah, what was that guy the other night or for the Jazz, like Pumpkin or something?
The Jazz do it, and now the Bucks are doing it too from time to time. Um, and like other teams definitely are too, but like I've just noticed it with the Bucks and the Jazz. Like, the Bucks have this guy named Cormac Ryan, and Bucks fans are saying, "Move aside, AJ Green. We have your replacement," and he's been playing a ton for them. Um, Speaking of the Bucks, it's been said that they almost took Tyler Hero and Khalil Ware for Giannis at the deadline.
Honestly, they should have. They should have done it. I mean, I don't know.
I,
Isn't there?
I'm certain they'll get more this offseason.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know.
It
I
was
of
said today that the Celtics have interest in him.
course they do. What
Of
that would
course,
have to? Would they? Do you think they'd have to give up Brown or Tatum in
yeah, they'd
that
have to give
deal?
up Brown for sure.
Would you do that?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
shout out Jaylen Brown, but like, is this not the most obvious like pump and dump ever?
I mean, yeah, but like Brown has had one of his best seasons. Like he's an MVP candidate, unfortunately, due to game uh game restrictions or minimums. I think he's the MVP candidate, and he carried the Celtics team.
Well, Kenny Atkinson said it. Derek White's a top 5 player in the NBA, so
Yeah, that could be the guy that goes. Maybe.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, they probably do like a Derek White. They probably send Derek White or Pritchard and Brown and some picks, a lot of
I would
picks.
rather just keep Derek White and Pritchard over and just send out Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, but what if they want more?
I mean, if they want all three, then like
No,
it's
no, no, not
okay.
all three. I was saying like one of either Pritchard or White.
Okay. I would send Pritchard as long as I'm keeping Derek White and Jason Tatum. Like I like the deal. Um, and like you can trade Keita too, or like Ugo Gonzalez, because they're like those guys aren't that important on a Giannis built team as well. So
Yeah,
I do think it's like a scary, realistic possibility, and like that on top of the Pacers getting a top 3 pick is like imminent doom for the Knicks title window. um,
yeah. This might be the only year for y'all.
yeah, this is like our only year. Like we have Cade Cunningham in our way right now, and like,
And he's not like even healthy.
yeah, like Cade might get bounced in the first because he's hurt. How do we feel about the Pistons right now with them? Like they've won games since Cade's been out. Like I think they've gone like 6-3.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dennis Jenkins is like the biggest bright spot this season for him because he's been the one that's been carrying the load. Pause for Cade Cunningham. And then the guys around, I think it just shows how good like the supporting cast is that they've built around Cade Cunningham. And Duran's is just really good center. So um, that's why I wouldn't be too fast to be like, oh, the Hornets got this in the bag. Because even if Cade can play like 4 of the games, like if he plays in 4 of them, that could just be the 4 that they win. You know what I mean? Um, and they could probably steal one with Dennis Jenkins at the helm too. So I don't know, Pat. I think this Pistons team is still like legit. They're,
Your mic went out.
you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. Where did it cut out? Sorry.
I think you were still talking about Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think this team is still legit. I just don't think obviously it's at the same level as Cade was. So I don't know, like, is this team a true number one seed right now without Cade? Probably not, right? So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good matchup. Whoever they face in the first round, like it's not gonna be like a 4-0 sweep or like a 4-1 sweep or not sweep, but a 4-1 or four. Like it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close series. Maybe kind of reminiscent to what the Knicks and Pistons did last year, where even though New York was more in control of that series, it was still always a little close. But yeah, it's kind of my thoughts.
Yeah, like I don't think it matters if they don't face the Hornets for what it's worth. I'm trying to find their like stats since Cade went down. Offensive rating since 3-19. Okay, so they have a 116 offensive rating since Cade went down, which is a little bit under their season average, but like somewhat in line. And then defensive rating, I don't think will be that unchanged.
With Cade.
Yeah, it's 107, which honestly might even be better than when Cade was there. Let's see. I just had it open. I closed the tab. So yeah, that's even slightly better, and some of that could also just be like they played bad teams. And then backward since 319. They are 8-3 since Cade got hurt. So like, I don't know. I do think it is a little bit different though in a playoff setting, having Cade versus not having Cade in the
Yeah,
regular season.
you need a guy that can slow things down when a team goes on a run, like that can compose a team. And we know how good Cade is in the clutch this season, right, Pat? And playoff games come down to clutch moments. So 100% it's going to be missed. It's going to be missed. But like, is it going to be enough for them to lose a series while he's not there? I think that's the real question.
Yeah, like it could like they'll beat the Heat, they'll beat the Magic. The Philly could be a little tough, but like they should beat Philly. Um 20 shots. Um I believe there's also a stat going around that like whenever Cade shoots over 20 shots, the Pistons record is like or Cade's efficiency is like really bad when he shoots over 20 shots. So it like that could be a little concerning for me in a way that if Cade is not like fully like back into game shape, does that then hit at 15 shots where his efficiency will suddenly take a huge dip, or like am I reading into this too much? Or even if it like stays rather the same, like there are going to be a lot more playoff games where he's going to have to shoot 20 plus shots in a game. So like is that a nothing burger to you that I'm just reading into too much?
I don't know if it's a nothing burger. I mean, it's definitely something to think about. I think the first game is going to be like a big test to. Oh, that was weird. I think it's going to be a big test to kind of like how the series will go. Because if we get a Cade that it does take 20 shots, I still think even if he gets inefficient after those 20 shots, I think they'll still be okay. But if it's a thing where like it's taking him 15 shots and then he's kind of it's not looking good, he's missing a lot, and it could end up hurting him. But like Cade's missed had very inefficient nights where he also puts up 30 and like 25, and they win by 5 points. So the Pistons know how to win, no matter what Cade's doing. Obviously, we see that if he's not on the court, when he's on the court, when he's hitting shots, when he's not hitting shots, this Pistons team is a lot like less Cade centric, I would say, as maybe in years past, especially last year. I feel like the supporting cast is a lot better, and Duran is like a true second option next to him. And then the addition of Duncan Robinson gives you like just scoring, like quick scoring, scoring in bunches from him. So I think the Pistons will be okay. But I think it's something to consider if he comes like back and he's really struggling.
I think it's less Cade centric, but it's still very Cade reliant. Like they do need him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like they do need him to be like that fringe MVP guy. And I think that's kind of what we're getting at here. So they do need him to be that. I had one other thing that I wanted to say about this, but it has slipped my mind. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what it was suddenly. I've completely forgotten it. Yeah, do we have any other like big things that we want to talk about?
I don't know. I feel like we should definitely do like a playoff preview type thing. Um,
That
before
could
like when
also be next
everything's
week's
set.
episode.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking. Like, next week, when the playoffs are set, we give a little predictions for the first round. I think I'm excited. I feel like this year I know a little bit more about these teams coming in the playoffs, so I can give some good predictions. I think you're always going to give some. So I think that should definitely be something that we look into. As far as like other things go, I think the Rockets are the biggest like question mark right now heading into the playoffs. Um, Cause I hope this. Yeah, let me look at the standings. Right now, they're going to be playing the Lakers. Well, the Lakers will probably fall a little bit. So I mean, you could get the Timberwolves, right? This could be like I think the Timberwolves, but we don't even know what's going on with the Timberwolves with Ant Edwards hurt. So I think there's a lot of question marks going on in the West. Do you know
I
anything
think
about it?
I think they're more likely than not going to face either the Lakers or the Nuggets.
You
I
think?
don't really think they can face anyone else. I guess if they move to the 3 seed, they could play Minnesota.
Wait, yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe I think the Lakers could fall like really bad. Like they could lose the next
Uh,
three
they don't have
games.
enough games though.
Oh, they don't. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Minnesota can only get to 50 win. Like at the
okay.
absolute, if Minnesota wins out and the Lakers lose out, I guess they could tie.
Yeah, and the Lakers definitely have the tie. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I think if they draw the Lakers, they'll get lucky, and I think they'll be okay. But if you have the Nuggets round one, that's not something you want to play, especially if you're the Rockets right now. I don't know if you agree, Pat, but I mean something's definitely off about this Houston team. Whether it's a lack of point, I think the main thing is lack of point guard. Because I mean, watching that Suns game last night, the turnovers were insane, and they just get so frustrated after a turnover. Like, um, I like they get so mad, and they just kind of like, oh, what, and then just keeps happening and piling on. So when you go against a Nuggets team that has a lot of good defenders, and then Jokic, who's so smart at the game of basketball, and a great matchup against Alprin, uh, and like probably will cook Alprin on offense. So I think that that's a scary thing for Rockets fans. I'd be praying that I get the Lakers because even if Luka comes back or Reeves come back, they're gonna be not like at all at the level that they were.
Yeah, and like they're so like they really need Reed Shepherd to be good in that playoff series. Otherwise, it's like their guard play kind of stinks. This isn't good. And like Josh
Aaron
Okogie needs to be good for them.
or Aaron Holiday, he's
Yeah,
been putting in some good minutes. Yeah.
like that's what we're working with here. I don't know. Do we think it's like an Ime thing? Like I don't think Ime's a bad coach, but like the fact that the locker room is as bad as it's been for like basically the whole year.
Yeah, I don't know, Pat. I think it's hard when you have KD come in to like a young team because I don't know. I don't want to say the problem is KD, but there's like a lot of big names on that team and a lot of like guys that like Amen Thompson. I feel like is a personality that could clash. Alpren being the big star and complains a lot probably does not make KD happy, especially when things are going bad. And then, I mean, Pat, when in the NBA have we seen something like KD's like Finsta get or fake Twitter get leaked or his burner account? So I mean,
Twice.
yeah,
Like,
it's so Pat, it's so hard to like have a good locker room after that. I feel like so. I mean, I feel like right now for the Rockets, they just kind of got to roll with the punches and try to figure things out and very soon.
yeah, I season might be a little cooked for them. Like they might get lucky and beat the Lakers, like you said, but I don't know.
I'm hoping, man. I'm still gonna hope. I'll probably be stupid and pick them to win a second round matchup or something. But I just think Katie's like so good that it might he can win like 3 games by himself. So but yeah, I think it's not the season compared to where it started is a lot less of a joyous outcome or outlook. I would say.
Do we have to give Atlanta justice?
Atlanta's been doing good. Um, I mean, they looked really good against the Knicks. They looked really good against the Knicks, Pat. Nikhil Alexander Walker was looking like freaking Jamal Crawford out there, double behind, like the double behind the back, reverse to dribble. He was making insane layups, shooting like freaking Steph Curry. I mean, I texted you. I was like, okay, so Nikhil Alexander Walker is just Curry now, I guess.
Yeah.
He was doing good. Kaminga was playing well. Johnson was playing well. I feel like the Hawks are going to be a fun team to watch. I don't know how much damage they'll do, but I definitely think you should tune in to some Hawks playoff series. But like I said, I think once we see like the actual matchups set in stone or set in writing, I feel like we'll get a better prediction. Like I'll be able to answer a lot more of these because I really don't know. Like the Hawks, it depends on the matchup.
Yeah, so
If you're playing the if you're playing the Cavs, I don't know, you might be screwed. If you're playing the Raptors, I feel like you're gonna have a chance. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I don't really think they can play the Raptors though.
Yeah, they can really only play the Knicks or the Cavs.
Yeah, so yeah, I think they'll win a couple games, but they'll probably be first round exits. I'm really high on the Cavs this year, as I'm sure we'll end up seeing. Um,
My thing with them is I somebody I guess it was a Knicks page that said, "Yo, please give Jalen Johnson the ball." Like, well, we're good if he has the ball, but Nickel Alexander Walker and CJ McCollum, we're in danger. Like
yeah,
I'm a little concerned about like, especially when Tyson Daniels is out there, like their offense, it doesn't look as good. Now I can pull up the numbers too, but like Jalen Johnson looks like he struggles when there's not plus spacing around him, and it's like I'm not sure if he's quite ready to do what they're gonna ask him to do in a playoff series just yet. I think later down the road he might be, but like I think he's a couple steps away. Yeah, do are we good? You think we're good to wrap it up there?
yeah, think so. Got a
Yeah.
little playoff previewing, got a little March Madness talk, some other things in between.
Your Washington Wizards are currently projected to have the number one pick.
Yeah, I honestly might. You know what? I'll take one. As long as we don't get three past three, I really want the first or second pick. I want the first, second, or fourth. I don't want to be the one that drafts Boozer, and I do not want to be fucking picking sixth again. If the Wizards pick sixth, I will seriously like consider switching teams because I don't think I can go through that again.
It's gonna hit like crack when you all fall to five and you take like Braden Burries to
Oh,
build around Trey Young.
I can't, man. I need the good a good little wing in there or a Darren Peterson type. I'm excited for Wizards basketball though next season. I feel like we'll get off to like a pretty hot start. If AD's going to be playing.
We'll see what Will Dawkins cooks up. Otherwise, that'll do it for this one. We will see you guys next week where we will be previewing the playoffs. We'll be giving our first round, and maybe not our first round, but our play-in predictions. And then I guess the week after that, on the 19th, we'll give our first round predictions. So yeah, we'll see you guys then.